Yep.
Welcome, everyone, to the first episode of The Last Man Standing. We got a full panel tonight. This is our first episode of this wonderful cast that we have that we're going to be having all year long. So join us on this venture. We're going to see, out of all of us on the screen tonight, who is the last man standing. We're going to be doing weekly game predictions. We're going to predict, look at these guys, conceited already. I love it. Competition. We're going to go ahead and make game prediction. We're just going to predict the winner and the loser over the loser. That's it. We're going to keep it simple. And we all know that Niner Sickness will be the last man standing at the end of this year. But we're going to make a prediction. We're going to go ahead and start with our panel. Let me introduce you guys. Everyone here, let me put it on the screen. We got a great panel, okay? Starting introducing myself, numero uno, Beto from the Niner Sickness Podcast. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then we got Zach from Payo Time. We got Peter from Niner Fanatic Podcast. We got Ricardo, Keltz Chronicles, and Brandon, Forever Faithful Podcast. Gentlemen, starting with you, Peter, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great, Beto. Thanks for having me on. I'm super excited to get this going in week 1.
All right. What's up, Ricardo? Are you excited, brother?
I'm excited, man. Blessed, ready to have some fun, and I love predictions, man. I love friendly competition, so I'm juiced, man.
That's what I'm talking about. And we got the cute ball man, the Rams himself, the champion in the house. We got Zach, Payo Time. What's up, brother?
Yeah, did you invite me on? I didn't realize I was going to be the only non-Niners fan on here. Did you bring me on just because you wanted to make sure you had a Super Bowl champion on the show?
Oh, I love it. I love it. No, I actually I brought you on because you're the least annoying Rams fan that I know.
Fair enough. That's fair.
No, just kidding.
I'm looking forward to predicting. It's going to be a fun series. Thanks, guys, for having me on.
No problem. And last but not least, we got our boy, Brandon. How you doing, sir? Brandon. Okay, just to keep you guys a little heads up, Brandon is having a little bit of internet issues tonight, so he might be in and out. So let's all be Brandon for now. Say, hello, world. We're Brandon.
Hello, world.
We are Brandon. We'll wait for him to pop in. So how's everybody doing? You guys ready to do some predictions? Now, I hope Brandon won't be in and out, because if he is, we just lost a player, because we got to get unless we get his predictions, and then I can always put him up. Let's see how he goes, because I know he's been having weather issues. Here he is. Brandon, are you there? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here now. Sorry, guys.
No worries. Okay, listen, I know you're going to probably pop in and out because of the internet issues. If you're in or out, we're going to just kind of go with the flow. We're going to have you write down on a piece of paper all your predictions, and that way you can send it to me so that I can record it and then repeat it to everybody. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're gonna start our prediction, gentlemen. Are you ready? Because
Let's
Ready.
go.
Yes, sir.
I am ready. All right, guys. So the first one up is Thursday night football. We got the Bills at the champions, Los Angeles Rams. Peter, what is your prediction, my friend?
I'm gonna go with the Bills, not just because I hate the Rams, but I'm just gonna go with the Bills because I think that their roster is stacked, and that they did have a few injury issues, but I don't. But so do the Rams. So it's so yeah, like I think that they're just the lack of offensive line on the for the Rams. I think I'm just gonna go with the Bills.
Ricardo, what about you, my friend?
I'm going to make it short, simple, and sweet. I'm taking the Bills because of Josh Allen, and Josh Allen. I think he's just going to continue to get better and better, man. I don't know if he's even hit his peak yet. And, man, he's amazing. So, yeah, that's my pick, man.
Love it. All right, we got Zach. I wonder who's he's gonna pick.
Okay. Someone has to be the voice of reason here. I'm picking the Rams. Obviously, defending Super Bowl champions, reigning Super Bowl champions, however you want to say it. Sean McVay has never once in his career as a coach lost on week 1.
Interesting a note to take. We'll find out what. There's always a first for everything, so we'll see if it is Thursday or not. Brandon, who's your pick?
I'm going with the Buffalo Bills just because Josh Allen for one, and number two is the Rams did lose a lot of key players from that Super Bowl team last year, so I'm taking the Bills on this one.
I love it. Well, I'm going to go with the Bills as well. Sorry, Zach. And this is not because I dislike the Rams, which I do, but it is simply because I think that the Bills have a better roster, top to bottom, than the Rams. And we're going to find out on Thursday night who is right and who is wrong. So moving along to our next pick. Here we go. We got the Eagles at the Lions. Go ahead, Peter.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, I just think I think this is going to be a runaway for the Eagles. I think the Detroit Lions have made a lot of strides. I think they added a lot of good pieces in the draft. But I've got the Eagles in this one. I think the Eagles have they're just like the 49ers. They have one of the best offensive lines and one of the best defensive lines in football. I'm just going to go with the Eagles on this one.
Love it. And Ricardo, what you got, Eagles or Lions?
Who's at home?
It is the Lions.
I'm going to go ahead and break the mold because I'm pretty sure I know where majority of the people are going. So I'm going to say the Lions just because sometimes I just randomly pick underdogs and any given Sunday, you just never know. One thing I do know about the Lions, man, they show a lot of heart and they show a lot of fight. They definitely play for, who is it? Campbell is their coach?
Yes,
I believe.
Yeah.
Campbell.
They definitely play for him. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go for the underdog and pick the Lions.
Awesome. What about you, Zach?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I actually think this is gonna be a really close game, but I kind of lean with Keltz here and Ricardo. I think that the home field advantage gives them something to play for here, and this has upset written on it. It's one of my two major upsets this week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Brandon, I'm sorry. I had to reset my audio. Did you go, Brandon?
I did not yet.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to choose the Eagles on this one just because I feel like they have upgraded on their offense, adding A.J. Brown, of course. And I think Jalen Hurts is starting to get comfortable with that O-line and everything. So I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think that the Lions, they are playing home. I do love Campbell as a coach, but I think they're still far away from being competitive. in the North. The Eagles' secondary is just good. Their pass rush is ridiculous, and they added some power weapons at receiver. So I'm taking the Eagles as well. All right, moving on. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Bears. What do you got there, Peter?
All right. Like, I mean, now this is right in my wheelhouse. Of course, I'm going to take the 49ers. I think that if you look at these two rosters, it's not close. And I know the media wants to make it, and honestly, the Bears players want to make it a bigger thing than it is. But I think just matchup wise, it's not even close. All they have to do is run the ball all game, and they should win this one. So I'm going to go 49ers.
Wonderful. Ricardo, what you got? Niners at Bears.
Man, what a beautiful way to start the season for the 49ers. And it looks like there
Mhm.
could be a good amount of rain, which should, help out the bully ball and the power football that we want to impose our will with. And so, man, I'm just excited. I can't wait for it. 49ers all day, every day.
Awesome.
Yep.
Zach, Niners at Bears. What you got, buddy?
You know what? The Niners are clearly the better team. However, there's always those weird games on week one, and I think this is going to be one of them. I am predicting a bold prediction, my boldest prediction by far in week one. I think it's going to be a tight game, and I think the Niners are going to drop this one, and I think the Bears are going to claim the W.
Oh my God. Somebody is a little hurt that everyone else on the panel picked the Bills. It's all good, my friend. What do you got, Brandon?
I
Niners, Niners at Bears.
I got Niners, of course. I think the Bears are a mismatch against this Niners team, especially the defense that we have. I don't think Justin Fields is getting any type of good yardage or nothing. So I'm taking Bears, taking Niners all the way.
All right. All right. So I am going to obviously take the Niners, of course. Not because I'm a Niner fan, but obviously the Niners have a better roster. Not lobster. I must be hungry. A roster
It's the
than the
heat, man.
Bears.
It's the
Yeah,
heat.
it's the Heat. And so I'm looking forward to this game. Trey Lance will be starting as QB1 against Justin Fields. That'll be fun to watch. See what happens in that game. But I take the Niners. Moving on to our next game. We got the Steelers at the Bengals. What you got, Peter?
So this year, as far I think that the Steelers are going to find a way to move into the playoffs this year with Mitch Trubisky, and I don't think that we see Kenny Pickett from them this year. But I am going to take them to lose this game to the Bengals. I think the Bengals just have too much firepower. They've upgraded their offensive line, which was the one thing kind of holding their offense back at all, if at all. So I just don't think anybody can really stop that offense.
I got you. Ricardo, what you got, my friend? Steelers at the Bengals.
Yeah, I can't go against the Bengals at home with Joe Burrows. They were in the Super Bowl last year, and like Peter said, upgraded offensive line and whatnot. So, I mean, yeah, man, that should, it's a division rival as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, they're gonna. I'm pretty sure the Bengals are gonna come out, to take that game for sure.
Awesome. Zach, what you got? The Steelers at the Bengals.
I think this is the first game where the Ben Roethlisberger era is truly over in Pittsburgh, and I think that the Joe Burrow era is in full swing in Cincinnati, and I think the Bengals take this.
Awesome. All right, Brandon, you got the Steelers at the Bengals. Who'd you got?
You know what? I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm taking the Steelers on this one. I think Mitch comes out and kind of shows what he has, especially back in when he had he did pretty well in his rookie year and everything. So, and he was behind Josh Allen last year. So, I think he's gonna be looking a lot better, especially with the Steelers and their new wide receiver. So I'm taking the Steelers in a close one.
Nice. Well, we got the Steelers at the Jungle. Listen, the Bengals defense is pretty decent. They got them better through the offseason. The Steelers, though, the Steelers defense is, I mean, it's underrated, but it's great defense. They're going to be after Burrows all day, but I cannot, under any circumstance, pick the Steelers because of that offensive line. That offensive line is trash. Mitch Trubisky is going to be running for his life through the whole game. So for that, with that said, I am taking the Bengals and in the Jungle. Moving on, guys, to our next pick of the night. We got the Patriots at the Dolphins. What you got, Peter?
Whew. I think this is probably going to be one of the hardest picks. I think because, the Patriots lost a few things in the offseason, and Miami picked up so much, including a new coach and including a new system, which is the reason why I'm picking Miami to win this. I think that Miami is going to be showcasing that new Mike McDaniel offense, and that it's just going to be too much for the Patriots.
Got you. Ricardo, we got the Patriots at the Dolphins. What you got?
Yeah, man, I'm picking the Dolphins. With Mike McDaniels bringing that run game, a little bit of biased as well with Mostert over there, and I believe a few other guys too. Who is it? Trent Sherfield. Yeah, man. So, I'm picking the Dolphins at home, and like Peter said as well, this is one of the harder ones to pick. So, this one's gonna be exciting for sure.
Definitely. Zach, what you got, my friend? Patriots at Dolphins.
This is going to be a tougher one to pick. I never want the Patriots to win ever. They're one of my least favorite teams. But in this game, just with I just think it's a coaching advantage for Bill Belichick, and I think the Patriots win this game, unfortunately.
Okay. Brandon, who you got? Patriots at the Dolphins.
Let me unmute myself real quick. I'm going with the Dolphins on this one. I think they have the upper hand on the Patriots now that Tom Brady's been gone for the past couple of years. They've been looking pretty good against the Patriots, so I'm taking the Dolphins.
Great. Yeah, I'm with Zach, man. The Dolphins have a great defense. They have a great offense, but they got to still put it together. I think week one, maybe down the middle of the week, they start gelling better and they start working. I got to go with Bill Belichick and his experience as a coach, and I think he's going to just show that Dolphins, some looks that to kind of startle them up. So I'm taking the Patriots and the upset over the Dolphins in this one. So I'm with Zach on this one. All right, moving on to our next one. We got the Browns at the Panthers. What you got there, Peter?
This is another pick on my because honestly, it's like who wants this game the least? I think it's going to be a lot of, but I'm going to go with Carolina. I think that Carolina is not really good, but I think that Cleveland doesn't have their starting quarterback right now. Jacoby Brissett, I have no faith in him at all, and I know that they're going to want to run the ball and play defense, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Carolina squeaks one out.
Love it, love it. What you got, Ricardo? Browns at Panthers.
The Browns are pretty darn good, but because it's so much of a toss-up in this one, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Panthers because of Steph Curry.
Okay, there. All right, Zach, what do you got? The Browns at Panthers.
I'm so looking forward to this game. I love a good, revenge narrative, and Baker Mayfield, that guy has one big grudge against the Browns, no doubt. But going to be an interesting game. I think that Baker plays really well, and I think that the Panthers win, not convincingly, but in decent fashion.
Love it. Brandon, who you got, brother? The Browns at the Panthers. Unmute yourself, brother.
See, I keep forgetting. I'm going with the Panthers on this one just because the Browns have Jacoby Brissett crying out loud. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. And Baker Mayfield wants revenge on that team, so I think the Panthers are for sure taking this one.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on these two clowns of teams. The Panthers are at home, so I'm taking the Panthers. Mo-
There you go.
Yeah.
moving along. Let's go ahead and go with the Colts at the Texans. What you got, Peter?
I think this is going to be one of my underdog picks. I'm taking the Texans in this game. I think the Texans have upgraded their defense. I think that they are really, like somebody was talking about the Lions earlier. They are really playing hard for Lovie Smith, and it's. I think they're just going to pull out a shocker, and like because there's so much expectation for Indianapolis, but yeah, I think that the Texans, for whatever reason, I think they're going to pull this one out.
All right. Ricardo, who you got? The Colts at the Texans.
I'm gonna go with the Colts, man. Regardless of Matt Ryan's age, I still think he's got some game. And yeah, man, it's pretty much as short as and as simple as that. I think Davis Mills is gonna have a tough season, man. That's just what I feel in some of the preseason that I've seen of him. And we'll see how it plays out. But I got the Colts.
All right, on. Zach, what do you got? The Colts at the Texans.
Yeah, I believe the Colts are going to win this game. I think that the Texans. I agree that they will play hard for Lovie Smith. However, I think Week 1 here, the Colts have a lot to prove. They had a horrible exit to last year, and I think they start off strong with a big division win.
Love it. Brandon, what do you got? The Colts at the Texans.
I'm also going with the Colts. I think now that Matt Ryan's on a new team, and actually this team's pretty good. I think they pull off the dub.
Yeah, I agree. This defense has been good. They've just been missing a good quarterback. Even though Matty Ice is up there in age, the guy with that offensive line, which is arguably one of the best offensive lines out there, it's going to be pretty good, man. So I am all, and they got some weapons as receivers as well. So I will take the Colts as well. All right, moving on to our next pick. We got the Saints at the Falcons. What you got there, Peter?
Saints at the I mean, this is going to be a beating. Like I feel the Saints are just going to run over the Falcons. I just think that this defense is going to be too good. Is going to be too good for the Falcons, like to really move the ball. I don't really have a lot of faith in Marcus Mariota. I know like people want to give him some, like they want to say that he's progressed over the years. But I just don't have any faith in Mariota, I'm just gonna take the Saints. I think Jameis is gonna do just enough to get the win.
Right on. So you have faith in crab legs. I love it.
Hey, they're tasty with butter.
Ricardo, on that note, who do you got? The Saints with butter or the Falcons?
Nah, I'm gonna pick my second underdog, and I'm gonna go the Falcons. I feel like Marcus Mariota, wants to kind of try to prove something. And with Kyle Pitts, I seen him in preseason. I seen him just really showing some fire. I know the Saints are good, definitely got a defense, but I don't know. Sometimes in the NFL, just things happen, and this is going to be that second underdog that I'm going to pick.
Awesome. All right, Zach, what you got? The Saints at the Falcons.
Hey, divisional games can be unpredictable at times for sure. I'm going to say the Saints are going to win this game. I just think the Falcons are a team that doesn't really know how to close out games and doesn't really know how to win. And I think that Saints defense is real, and they're going to put on a show Week 1 here.
Awesome. Brandon, what you got, brother? The Saints at the Falcons.
I'm going with crab legs with butter. I don't know. Ever since Jameis has been with the Saints, he's looked a lot better, in my opinion. So I'm taking the Saints over the Falcons.
I love it. Yeah, I think crab legs with butter it will be better
Undefeated.
than the dirty birds in this particular case. The Falcons are probably going to be either first or second place fighting for that first pick overall next offseason. So I take the Saints as well. All right, gentlemen, let's move on. We got next on the docket, we got the Ravens, Lamar Jackson at the Jets without their starting quarterback. What you got there, Peter?
So I mean, sentimental favorite. Like I mean, I think Joe Flacco is gonna be starting for them. I think that's the report. Uh, I think that Baltimore is gonna win this game, but I don't think that it's gonna be a blowout or anything like that. Baltimore is much better on paper than the Jets, but yeah, like I just think that it's still gonna be close. I'm just hoping that Lamar gets out of there without getting hurt because of that field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ricardo, what you got, brother? Ravens at Jets.
Oh, I definitely got the Ravens. This team has been together for a while. I'm not exactly sure about the defense too much, but I think their defense is pretty good at the same time. And just it's hard to pick the Jets, regardless of Robert Saleh and with Joe Flacco and all that, and just it's just hard to pick them. And I'm going Ravens for sure.
Right on. Zach, what you got, buddy? The Ravens at the Jets.
Going Ravens. I don't think it's going to be by any means a blowout. I think it's going to be a competitive game. I do think it's going to be one of the more defensive games of the week one, and but I see the Ravens just being able to pull this out.
Awesome. Brandon, who you got, my friend? You got the Ravens at the Jets.
I'm going with the Ravens as well. I think this is Lamar's final rookie contract, so I think he's there to prove something as well to get that big money. So I'm taking the Ravens for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, me too, man. Lamar Jackson is my fantasy quarterback, so he better do good. And the Jets remind me of the Lions. They're the Lions of the AFC in my book. Hopefully they can turn things around. I feel bad for their quarterback getting hurt. I never wish injuries on no one, but the Ravens, top to bottom, are just a better roster than the Jets. So Ravens for me. All right, guys, moving on. We got the Jaguars at the Commanders. What you got there, Peter?
I've got the Jaguars in this one. I think Trevor Lawrence is got an actual coach with him now, and in Doug Peterson. I think he's going to bring that style that he had in Philly, like the offensive style, and I think that's going to benefit Trevor Lawrence. Like it's not that he has a ton of weapons; they do have two good running backs, and I think that this defense is going to be better than people are prepared for. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Jaguars in this one.
Awesome. Ricardo, what you got, man? The Jaguars at the Commanders.
Yeah, I also got the Jaguars. I'm trying to think who they picked up in the draft. If anybody knows, like, because I could have swore they picked up someone that I really wanted, but I don't want to mix up the teams. But I just feel like Trevor Lawrence, he's gonna, bounce back from last year, and they just got they did some work this offseason to upgrade that team for sure. And we'll see. We will see. But I got the Jaguars.
Awesome. Zach, what do you got, my friend? Jaguars at Commanders.
You know what, you guys are almost convincing me to pick the Jaguars, but no, I'm going to go with my gut. I believe that it is going to be Washington. I think Carson Wentz feels disrespected. The Jags are a great get-right team to start off week one for him and this Washington team. I also think this Washington team's wide receiving core is underrated.
Good. Brandon, what you got, my friend? Jaguars at Commanders.
So I'll second that. I'll go with the newly named Commanders. Carson Wentz has something to prove, so I'm going with Commanders.
That's cool. Yeah, man. This is going to be a kind of really, really ugly game to watch. But
yes, it is.
But we got to pick one now.
It's going to be the Christian Kirk show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for real.
Trevor Lawrence was my quarterback in college for my Clemson Tigers, but I think they're getting better. I don't know. Carson Wentz does feel disrespected, but he can't throw for crap. Man, the Commanders' defense is, I think, is a little bit underrated, especially the front line. They bring pressure,
Mhm.
but because they're playing at home, I'll take the Commanders as well, aka Redskins. All right, moving on to the next one. Let's see here. We got the Packers and the bad man himself, going against the Vikings in Minnesota. What do you got there, Peter?
The Minnesota and Green Bay. Like I think that Green Bay is gonna be. I think they're gonna be just as good as they were last year. Even though they lost Devontae Adams, I don't think. I think that Aaron Rodgers has shown like you take away his best receiver. They've taken away his best receiver how many times now, and he
Mhm.
still finds a way to produce. Minnesota, I just don't trust their defense as much as they. I don't trust their defense and I don't trust their offensive line. So like it is what it is. I think that, and I think Aaron Rodgers just owns them. So
Yeah, you all right? You got the Packers. Sounds good.
yep.
Ricardo, what do you got, my friend? Packers at Vikings.
Man, I hate the Packers. So I'm gonna pick the Packers because I'm trying to learn to get rid of all this hate. And I'm trying to live a different life, man, and I don't want to pick them, so something's telling me to pick them. And so I'm picking the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, he's just one of the best. The Vikings are stacked. The Vikings, I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be a real battle throughout the year, but I'm going to pick the Packers for this one.
All right. Zach, what do you got, my friend? Packers at Vikings.
Oh, I forgot this was a week one matchup. Wow, schedule makers giving us this game week one. We are blessed as football fans. I think it's gonna be a great matchup. I think I'm gonna pick the Vikings. They're at home, and I just think the new Kevin O'Connell era, as head coach, I think that goes well for them. And yeah, I just think the Vikings are. Yeah, I think they're the better team, and I do think Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback, but I think that Kirk Cousins gets a win here.
Love it. Brandon, what do you got, my friend? Packers at the Vikings.
Um, when these two teams play every season, it's always a good game. But I'm gonna go with the Packers for sure. It's Aaron Rodgers for crying out loud. So
Okay. Go
Packers.
Packers. Wonderful. All right. So I got the Vikings at home because I think Cedarius Smith is going to be pursuing Aaron Rodgers all game long and remind the Packers why they let him go and not pay him to keep him because obviously he's the better Smith from both Smiths there with the Packers. So, and the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, who's he going to throw to? I think he's going to be throwing to the linebackers of the Vikings. I can't think because he has no receiver.
Romeo Dobbs.
Exactly.
Romeo Dobbs. Remember
Yeah.
that name.
Week one, maybe not week one. Maybe half of the season, probably. But week one, I don't know. So I'll take the Vikings at home as well. All right, moving on. We got the Giants at the Titans. What do you got there, Peter?
I think this is another easy one in my mind. The Titans are going to just run Derrick Henry like the whole game. I don't even see a reason to even pass the ball. The Giants are. I just don't think that they got Kevon Thibodeau, and then they've got Ojulari on the other side, but both of them are banged up already. And I just don't see them being able to stop the run. And I'm going to go Tennessee.
Tennessee, right on. Ricardo, what you got? The Giants at the Titans.
Big Henry, Big Henry, Big Henry, man. I think he's gonna, come through and have a monster year, comeback player of the year type of season, and just not knowing a whole lot about both teams. I know a little bit more about Tennessee. So yeah, I'm picking Tennessee on this one for sure.
Right on. Zach, what do you got? The Giants at the Titans.
Titans, I think that the Titans D line is still very real. I think that the Giants O line is still very bad, and I think that'll be the difference maker in this game. Titans win.
Right on. Brandon, what do you got? Giants at Titans.
I think Titans are taking this one. And it might be a blowout because Daniel Jones is just not it for the Giants. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there,
Are you
Brandon.
saying that Jimmy G might get traded like mid game?
Dude, I hope so, man. We need to get him off.
Really, send him there between halftime of the Niners and Bears game. Ship out Jimmy. So the Giants, listen, the Titans have Big Henry. The Giants have Daniel Jones. Enough said. I take the Titans in this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Bang, bang.
And then you can't even, and then on top of that too is you can't even rely on Barkley because that guy's always hurt every year. So it's like,
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get at this point.
Exactly. All right, guys, moving on quickly. We got the Raiders at the Chargers. What do you got there, Peter?
I think it's going to be even though the Chargers made all these upgrades on defense, I think this is going to be a shootout. and I think that the Raiders are going to come out on top. Like I'm not quite sure about the Chargers, even though they made all the additions. On paper, they look amazing, but I think that Derek Carr has a good enough first game to pull out the victory.
Oh, all right. So you got the Raiders. Got it. Ricardo, what do you got, my friend? The Raiders at Chargers.
I do not know. So it's gonna happen right here. The freestyle is coming right now because this might be my hardest one to pick. I like Derek Carr. I feel like Justin Herbert is better. I have a good friend who likes the Chargers, so I'm gonna pick the Chargers.
Okay. Zach, what do you got, friend? Do you have a friend that likes the Chargers too?
I do have a couple of friends like Chargers.
What do you got, the Raiders at the Chargers, buddy?
Yeah, honestly, as a football fan, I'm just so excited for this game. I think it's going to be a great game. I think that the Chargers had the heartbreaking loss last year that made it so that they couldn't tie the game or get to the playoffs. And I think both teams have improved in the offseason. However, I still think that I think the Chargers take this. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Chargers take it.
Love it. There you go, Ricardo, for your friend, my friend. 2 picks for the Chargers. What you got, Brandon? Raiders at the Chargers.
So I also have a friend that's a Chargers fan, but I also have my godfather who is a Raider fan.
Family blood, brother. Blood's thicker than water.
Yeah. But I can't stand Raider fans, man. I really can't.
Forget about blood.
So I'm right.
Nobody blames
I'm going with the Chargers.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, this is a hard one, man. You got the young kid, Justin, and the quarterback, and then you got Derek Carr with the Raiders. They both upgraded defensively. Raiders added Jones, and the Chargers added Khalil Max. So to that defense, man. So it's going to be a crazy. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think they're going to be running the ball more. But I'm going to take the Chargers at home over the Raiders on this one. But it's going to be definitely probably the game of the week, if I don't say so myself, on the NFL Network. All right, guys, moving on to the next one. We got the Chiefs at the Arizona Cardinals. What you got there, Peter?
I have the Chiefs in this one. I think that Arizona. I don't really know. I don't think any of us really know what Arizona is at this point. Like I think that there's a little bit of discombobulation in that locker room, and I think that the Chiefs are going to show off their new defense. I think that people need to watch out for their defense this year. They added Karlaftis on the defensive line, which I think is going to give them some more depth on the pass rush. And I think that they just and they added a new safety too. Justin Reed, that they got from Houston. I think that they're going to be better on defense this year. So I think that the league needs to watch out.
Oh, there you go. What do you got, Ricardo? You got the Chiefs at the Cardinals.
I think the Chiefs, I don't even know why, but I feel like the Chiefs are going to struggle early and then probably catch fire later. And
like they usually do.
yeah, it kind of feels like they're going to just kind of struggle early, and
Kind
for
of the
just
opposite
that
of the
reason,
Cardinals, right? The Cardinals start
yeah,
heavy and
because
they fizzle out at the end.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And so because initially I wanted to pick Pat Mahomes and just the Chiefs, it just feels like they're winning every year, but something hit me right is because I have no idea even the schedule, who's playing who. So this is all, I don't have no schedule in front of me, so I'm just learning who's even facing each other, man.
There you
So
go.
so just even hearing it, something just is telling me to pick the Cardinals, man. So I'm gonna go Cardinals, even though they're a division rival.
Man of faith. Love it. What you got there, Zach? Chiefs
Uh,
at Cardinals.
I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a higher scoring game, and I am looking for. You know what? I'm thinking the Chiefs are gonna win this. I think Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than Kyler Murray, and I think that Andy Reid is a better coach than Cliff Kingsbury.
Absolutely. On that one. What do you got there, Brandon? Chiefs at Cardinals.
I'm gonna go with Chiefs just because we don't like uh like we saw last year. We don't know what Arizona is, and Kyler Murray with the way this whole contract situation, the offseason about the film study and all that stuff. Who knows how Kyler Murray is going to be? So I'm going with the Chiefs.
All right. So we got two teams that are not starting their number one receivers from last year. You got the Chiefs receiver went on to better pasture at Miami, and then you got the Cardinals receiver that suspended for 6 games. But I'm with Zach. The coaching and the quarterback play are much better with the Chiefs. And the Chiefs defense is not as bad as people think it is. So I take the Chiefs as well. Okay, well, we're getting closer and closer to the end. We got the next one on the docket. We got the Buccaneers at the Cowboys. Who do you got there, Peter?
As much as I'm like, I can't believe I'm saying it. Like, it's gonna be
Don't
Dallas.
you?
I've got Dallas over Tampa Bay. Like, just because I think that
What the?
the Cowboys just I think they have more talent. Like, not that they have more talent, but I think that Tampa's offensive line is going to struggle.
Sorry, I had to
I think
sneeze.
their offensive line is just going to struggle, and I think that we're at that. And Brady, we know, isn't running anywhere. So
Yeah.
if their offensive line struggles, he's going to struggle.
True that. True. I just can't stand the Cowboys, so you got to mind me.
Me too,
But
bro. Like, yeah.
I hear you, bro. But I hear you, Ricardo. What you got? The Buccaneers at the Cowboys, my friend.
I hate the Packers, but I hate the Cowboys even worse. So I can only show so much love for the hate that I do have, and it's not going to come with the Cowboys this time. Who knows what's going on with Tom Brady? But it's hard to bet against that man. I keep on saying, "Oh, this will be the year where he shows that father time. This will be the year. This will be the year." Until I see it, it's hard to bet against the dude. So I'm going the Buccaneers.
Right on, Zach, my friend. Who do you got? The Buccaneers at the Cowboys.
I think I think the Bucks are going to take this game. I think not necessarily because of their offense. I think their offense makes enough plays to win the game, but I think it's actually the Bucks defense that's going to lead them to victory over the Cowboys.
All right. And what about you, Brandon? Buccaneers at Cowboys.
I agree. I think the Bucks take this one against second time in 2 seasons. So Bucks.
I agree. You got the Buccaneers with a great pass rush, and you got the Cowboys that just brought in their left tackle off the street in Peters. Doesn't even know the offense. And I think one of the worst coaches in the NFL right now is the Cowboys. I won't even mention his name. Go ahead. El foco se prendió.
Oh,
Go ahead, Brandon.
and let's not mention that the Cowboys have been struggling with penalties as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they lead the league in that. That's probably the only area they're going to win in this game. But I take the Buccaneers in this game.
There is one good thing about the Cowboys. Dak Prescott did say this will be the golden year, so I completely agree with him there.
Yeah, he's gonna lay the golden egg most
Yeah, it's
likely.
gonna be the red and golden year.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, moving into our final game of this prediction Monday night. We got the legend coming back to his hometown in the Broncos at the Seahawks. What do you got there, Senor Peter?
I've got Russell Wilson, or as the 49er fans know him, the boogeyman. I got him going into Seattle. I got him going into Seattle and destroying his whole team. I think that they're going to. I think Denver has a really good squad, and I think they're going to run the ball a lot. I think they have wide receivers. I think he has weapons. I think that it's going to be a beatdown, like in Seattle.
All right. Ricardo, what you got, my friend?
Let's ride. Let's ride. Oh man, it's hilarious, man. I love it. I love it, man. He's looked at as one of the biggest squares, but I appreciate squares, man. I appreciate it. I'm a square myself, regardless of how somebody might perceive me from the outside looking in. I'm a big time square. I stay sharp on all four corners, and
I love it.
Hey, this man Russell Wilson, he's a big man of faith, and I appreciate him when he is not in our division. And so I'm going Broncos all the way. He's probably gonna ride.
Except week 3, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Brandon,
Still got to play.
what do you got? Excuse me, Zach. My apologies. Zach's like,
no.
hey, you can't see me over here? Zach, my apologies. What do you got? The Broncos? Are they going to ride into Seattle and get that win, or who's going to win there, my friend?
Well, I think it's going to be an emotional game for a lot of Seattle fans. I think Russell Wilson coming into it, maybe that nerve. No, this is not going to be close. This is going to be a funeral for the Seahawks. Seahawks fans are going to learn what it's like to have a quarterback controversy carousel all season long. They are going to, as an organization, they're going to regret moving on from Russell Wilson and keeping Pete Carroll. And I think the Seahawks are going to be borderline unwatchable on offense at times this year. And I think this game is a game they're going to struggle to make it past the 50-yard line. I think the Broncos dominate.
Love it. What you got, Brandon? Broncos at Seahawks.
Let's just be honest. This is gonna be blowout. Broncos win by, let's just say, 100,000. I mean, at this point, the Seahawks are just at the very bottom of the whole NFL at this point. So,
Cockroaches.
Denver Broncos.
I hear you, man. You got now the Seahawks fans are finally going to feel how the Niners felt when we played against Russell Wilson every year. So they're going to get a taste of their own medicine, if you will. Broncos are just top to bottom, way better team. Seattle, the only person they have is Pete Carroll, and he's not even that good. Although I see them throwing the football, and he might be better than the two quarterbacks that they have right now on the roster. So they might throw him in at halftime to save the game. But yeah, you're right. Seattle's going to be one of the bottom feeders of the NFL, probably the number one, and play for the number 1 draft pick next year, which boots good for them. The quarterbacks that are coming out. But, yeah, I take the Broncos in this game. Russell Wilson's going to run all over Seattle. Their secondary is bad. So I look forward to this game. This whole week 1 is going to be interesting, to say the least. We're starting with the Bills at the Rams and ending with the Broncos at the Seahawks. It's going to be fun. So we have made our predictions of all teams, the NFL today. Our first episode numero uno. I look forward to doing an episode every week for you guys. So remember to make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to our channels. You got the Niner Fanatic podcast. You got Keltz Chronicles that you can subscribe to. You got Payo Time. If you're a Rams fan, check him out. And then you got Brandon with I know I was going to miss one. Throw it out there,
Forever
bro.
faithful.
Thank you.
Forever
I'm getting
faithful
old. That's what
podcast.
happens when you're in your 50s, man. I'm reading notes. Don't be stupid. But yeah, so I look forward to each week doing our predictions. We title this "The Last Man Standing" because at the end of the 2022 season, there'll be numero uno, el mero mero, el don chingón of this podcast. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Peter? Is it going to be Ricardo? Is it going to be
Let's
Zach?
go.
Let's go. Horns up.
Or is it going to be Brandon?
Daniel Bryan, yes, yes, yes.
Or we all know the man in the middle is always the one that's going to get the bread. So literally too. So anyway, guys, it's been fun. We enjoy. So next, stay tuned to the next episode coming out right before week 2. Let's see who is the closest to their predictions in week 1. Thank you for watching. Make sure to tune in. You can tune into all our channels, or you can just tune in to our respective channels. And thank you all for your support. Make sure to comment your picks. Who do you think is going to win week 1? Challenge us. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Let us know in the comments. We would love to answer all your comments for you. So keep an eye for us going forward. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Until next time, we are out of here.